Good afternoon, everyone. This is Hiju Park from Key Compounding Pharmacy. I have Dr. Nina Walsh with us here again. And I'd like to introduce Dr. Nina Walsh a little bit today because I think in the past I haven't said very much. But Dr. Nina Walsh is graduated from Bastyr University, and she is trained as a naturopathic doctor, and is also with her passion knowing the traditional treatment in many different countries that she went to mainland China to get trained in acupuncture
And Chinese herbs.
in Chinese herbs, and also she went to Eastern Europe to get trained in their traditional way of sauna, the water hydrotherapy.
Correct.
Yes, and then also she has she's very passionate about environmental medicine. That's why she's doing everything in nature, what nature provides.
Yes, natural and pure, and in a way that benefits the environment.
Yes, so she currently has two practice, one in Bellevue and one in Federal Way. It's called the Flow Natural Medicine and Acupuncture. So I hope there are a lot of you who are very interested in natural way of healing. Please investigate Dr. Nina, and then hope that you can begin your journey. Okay, so we have some aloe leaf here today, and lemon, and some oat powders and all that. So what are we going to be doing today?
Some more food.
All right.
We're going to feed the skin again. We're going to nourish our skin. So we've been talking about the skin ritual, skin care routine that we would be doing on a daily basis, because just like we eat ourselves, our skin needs to be nourished. We talked about how we nourish it from the outside as well as from the inside, and so that's why our diet is so important. And today we will give our listeners and viewers another simple routine that people can do to cleanse and nourish the skin, and also improve the appearance of wrinkles and improve the tone of skin, kind of clarify and also energize it, because there are ways that we can stimulate natural rejuvenating processes. So
this is a fresh cut aloe.
It is.
Yeah, Lai got it for us here. So I can see it has a lot of water. It's very plump.
Yes, it's almost completely water. It's 96% water. Plus it has also the constituents that help heal blemishes, cuts, maybe irritation from the sun, inflammation, even acne. So that mucilaginous component, for instance, you can see if we simply cut the aloe, it has those stringy gel-like. See how moist?
Yes.
And so lingering, so it creates that film, right?
It's a connective tissue kind of look.
Yeah, it's a connective tissue builder. And connective tissue is that, a matrix of skin, something that makes it plump and strong, and maintains moisture. So this is a great way to moisturize the skin and also help restore the structure and wrinkle-free appearance. So this gel, this is what we're going to be using. However, the whole plant, the whole aloe plant,
even
is
the
usable.
skin.
The skin, yes. And so we were saying that internally we can use it also for healing, right? In traditional medicines, and now it's very well known all over the world, and it's used widely in natural medicine and skincare. We use the entire plant, blended, for instance, in a little bit of water. So this length, so this piece of aloe leaf, blended with a cup of water in a blender with a little bit of honey added, would be a wonderful healing drink for the intestinal lining. You know, if people have some kind of irritation, inflammation, even ulcers, you know, have tummy troubles. So drinking that once a day is very healing, and it is bitter. The skin is bitter, or actually the latex. There is a layer of latex right underneath the skin. So it's a little yellowish color,
Right.
and that is bitter. And that is something that will stimulate bowel movement as well if somebody's having trouble with that. And we add a little bit of honey because it is bitter, but we want the bitter properties. So it's really wonderfully healing on the inside and outside. But in order for us to use that on the skin, we always want to start with cleansing it. So last time we talked about oil, you know, the initial layer of oil to just kind of loosen up and start dissolving the impurities on top of the skin.
Right.
So again, we can use that.
Olive oil, almond oil.
Right, and then something also exfoliating. So here today we have
Oat powder here.
oat powder. So yeah, and it's very easy to make. You can buy, but it's also very easy to make because oats are already quite fluffy, you know, and it's just a few pulses in a grinder, like coffee grinder, that will give you that beautiful soft powder, yet that has the property to exfoliate. It is also soothing.
So actually that is from the morning oatmeal.
Yes, exactly, exactly. So again, you know, half of our food we eat and half of it we wear, right? Half of it we put on the skin. So just a little bit of water, and I prefer to use spring water, pure spring water, which is also
good water.
yes,
live
it's
water. Water
live
with
water,
energy.
exactly. Yes, and so I made it actually a little bit too thin. So we want a little bit more oats in this case, which we have. So you want a sort of sour cream consistency, and let's see if we're gonna get to that. Yes, pretty much. So maybe just a little bit more, right? And exfoliating and cleansing while, you know, we're doing that. We're also nourishing the skin as well with oats because they're rich in B vitamins, rich in enzymes, and they're also soothing and calming for the skin, right? So we're again accomplishing several goals, and how inexpensive is that?
That's
right?
right,
And
yes.
how simple is that? And you can make it fresh very easily in just a matter of literally seconds. So then I would add, for additional cleansing and a little bit of astringent effect, I would add a little bit of lemon juice. Just maybe like a teaspoon to a couple of teaspoon amount. And so this will also have a brightening effect because lemon acid, vitamin C, you know, but acidity will help lighten the blemishes on the skin and even out the tone. So that's the consistency you want.
Just a little bit?
Absolutely. You can eat it, right?
Yes,
You can
it's
eat it. Yes.
tasty.
Yeah. So, and that's very gentle. So it's not going to injure or inflame the skin. It is actually going to heal it. Okay. So you put it directly on the skin, right? And you just in motions from the center
to outside.
outwards, yes, and up and out. We gently exfoliate that outermost layer of the skin, exfoliating, loosening up the dead cells and removing them, revealing the fresh, clean skin underneath. So, and then we wash it off. Of course, you know, it's just room temperature water. It doesn't need to be hot. It can be warm, can be lukewarm. It can actually be even cold, you know, because cold is also energizing. You know, it's it creates that a tightening effect even. So, and then we can do our beautiful mask. So, we can grow aloe plant at home. You know, it's one of the best medicinal.
To buy a pot of aloes to grow.
Absolutely, yes, and it's a very easy plant to grow. It's from the succulent family, so it doesn't require a lot of water. It does like the sun because, you know, it's a desert plant.
Right.
So, and if you noticed, I cut off the spines because yes, we want to remove the spines, these sharp little spikes on the side of the plant, and then the rest of it we can slice, sort of fillet it, right? The whole leaf like that, all the way through.
Yes.
And so you see that beautiful, beautiful substance, that mucilaginous substance. It is rich in enzymes and amino acids and phenols, phenolic acids and vitamins. So, and that we can just slice off like this.
Yes.
So the entire interior of the plant. And in this case, we really don't want the skin, although a little piece of the skin may get in there, but that's okay. See how gooey it is?
Yes.
So that is a substance that will help restore that plumpness in our skin cells as well.
Make the skin tighter.
Yes, exactly. And so, and you can use this. So you can just put these, slices that we got off the interior of the leaf straight on the skin, and just let them sit for 15-20 minutes, and they will work, and so not only are we introducing those substances, healing and nourishing and rebuilding substances into the skin, and so you can see a little bit of that color from the inside.
Yes.
But also growing plants, live plants, especially some of the younger, parts of the plant, have stem cells. And stem cells are that kind of holy grail of the plant that contains all the information about, life cycle, restoration, cleansing, repair, producing new cell lines, and so on. And so that is actually a big news in anti-aging movement, in many applications. It has been used for restoration of joints, healing of internal tissues, in cardiovascular medicine, in neurological applications as well. And of course we can use those for skin. So now there is another way we can actually apply this is simply kind of make some cuts internally on that slice of the leaf, and simply apply that mucilaginous gooey substance directly on the skin. So you can see how it's just oozing all that readily, right? And even after one application in 15-20 minutes, you will notice how much smoother your skin is going to be, how much actually tighter. So it's almost like a temporary facelift, So yes, it will, like if you want to have a nice kind of quick rejuvenating treatment before an important event, you can do this mask, a couple of hours, a few hours before the event, and your skin will look much more vibrant and fresh, and youthful. So
I know you hold private retreats to teach also about utilizing the natural substances. Is this utilizing aloe, and the pack is one of?
Yes, absolutely. At the wellness retreats that I do, we focus on deep detoxification, cleansing, and we use organic vegetable juices. We use herbal teas, Chinese and Western herbal teas that are formulated specifically to help digestion, to enhance liver detoxification, to calm the nervous system, to support the adrenals. And then also we have a day where we talk about beauty, and that's at the end of the retreat, and we do a hands-on facial, so we can experience and learn everything firsthand, and also learn to apply all these just simple, beautiful, natural foods for the benefit of beauty. That's great. So I was talking about stem cells. And sometimes, you can read in the literature now a lot. It's made its way into the mainstream.
We're making
information.
Dog of your favorite dog utilizing stem cells these days. Yes, so I heard that there is some sort of a clinic somewhere there that you can replicate
Yes, well, but there are many ways of doing
Yes.
it. I mean, stem cells can be derived from many sources for different applications, and there are actually commercial now formulations that have stem cells for skincare. And the idea is, the whole point is that stem cells can stimulate via the growth factors, that those are special signaling molecules that send instructions, messages, exactly,
Yes.
to the processes, to cell in the different tissues,
Right.
to start regenerative process, to produce healthy new cells.
That's
And
how we got our eyes and our ears and
exactly,
liver and heart.
stem cells
all
can
that.
differentiate into different stem cell lines, cell lines, I'm sorry.
Yes.
And so they can become cartilage, they can become fibrocytes, keratinocytes, and so on, particular specific mature cells, but healthy ones, right? So
Yes.
they can replace the aging ones that may
Yes.
not be working so well. And sometimes people say, well, these are plant stem cells, they're not from our body, they're alien to us. Well, the thing is, they stimulate that process nonetheless, because the mechanism of messaging, like you said, is exactly the same as well. So those growth factors we can use to stimulate those healthy processes in our body, in our tissues. And of course, they can be human cells derived as well, human body derived. And we can talk about that in...
That's a little bit controversial at this point,
Well-
utilizing human stem cells.
No, not really. There's actually, it's been around now for decades, and it's a lot of it has been well researched and well proven. There's a lot of literature, and there's a lot of clinical data at this point. What is controversial is the source sometimes.
Yes.
So, for instance, yes, like where the people
it came
get,
from.
where
Yes.
the origin is. But autologous from your own body is completely non-controversial.
Yes.
Yes, and so we can go into detail in maybe we can dedicate
time.
a special, podcast to that, because it's a
Right.
very, very interesting area, and it becomes again available mainstream to pretty much everybody.
Right.
For at least for the beauty application.
Right.
That's a very, very
For
simple.
your joint arthritis.
Joints, stem cells have been used for joint restoration and healing for over a decade now. So there's a lot of good, solid data on that. So, and I wanted to emphasize that all of these things that we're using, they work. They really work. But they do work over time. They work in a gentle way, just like our body normally
Takes
works.
time.
Exactly, it takes time. So to heal anything, to restore anything, to bring anything back to healthy functioning state takes time, and we should be doing things like that on a regular basis. Anyways, we should be taking care of ourselves all the time. It is
Right.
not only when things start breaking down, when there is a problem that we wake up.
Right.
Although whenever we wake up is good,
Yes.
There's no better time than now.
Yes.
But
I often say that you cannot. It's kind of like a breathing. You cannot squeeze all the breaths that you need that day,
yes,
and
exactly.
then just make it one shot. It just
No.
have to be constantly,
Yes,
regularly,
exactly. You need to
consistently.
breathe
You have
all
to
the
breathe
time.
in and
Yes.
breathe out, and that's also a good way to have the rhythm going, and then get a good way to get rid of your toxins. Also get the oxygen to clean out and energy and all of that.
Breathing is a very powerful therapy as well. We have a class and a day dedicated to breathing at my retreats as well. Just because it is so profound. So what I would like to say is that give these things a chance and use them on a regular basis, and you will see how gratefully your skin will return wonderful results. Of course, I understand that sometimes when we're not aware of it, or it's not something that is a habit and we're not used to doing it, and it seems like it's a difficult thing, which I hope now it doesn't. It's a very, very simple thing, very effective. So we forget, or it's not quite, part of our regular routine. And when we notice, oh my God, what happened here? What, all the wrinkles, or the skin is, uneven color, or what happened to the tone, and all of a sudden you feel like you really need some help now drastically. Of course, there
Yes.
are a lot of ways to a lot of directions to go. Basically, people maybe use heavy makeup to cover the
Yes,
imperfections, or they go for some invasive
Treatment.
treatments such as surgery or harsh peels and all. So maybe you will alleviate the problem for a little bit, but your skin is not going to get any healthier. Whereas by giving it what it needs on a daily basis in such a simple and inexpensive way, and actually healing way, right, and also taking care for the rest of your body, it works long term.
Yes.
And it helps maintain beautiful, youthful skin really for a long time.
Yes.
And you will not look your age.
Right.
Just doing these simple routines, and people will be like asking, oh, what did you do? What kind of expensive treatment did you do? What's your secret? And it's just these simple things. Of course, in combination with all the other healthy what I call
Your diet.
pillars of health.
Pillars of-
Exactly.
yes.
Yes. And so moving on to the next step is that little toner that I made, and that is
From our last podcasting.
that's correct.
Yes, from the green tea.
It's green tea and
Yes.
rose buds, and I also added Chinese chrysanthemum. And this is what Chinese empress used on, she drank the tea, and she also used that on her skin. So I just put it in a little spritz bottle, and just a few little sprays like that. It's very gentle.
Moisturizing.
Yes, it's moisturizing, and it's soothing, and it's fragrant, and it's also sealing. Actually, it's also sealing what we've done. The mask and the nourishing ingredients in the cleanser. So it's just sealing it in. So of course we would wash it all off first. I also wanted to mention that yes, commercial products are available professionally, usually with professional physicians that utilize stem cell therapy. So I use that as well in my beauty care protocol. It's very effective, but also used over time in a gentle, safe way. Just part of really philosophy, right? The philosophy of taking care of yourself on a daily basis.
Yes.
And lastly, we would do the same thing again. We would, as we did last time. So that's
Argan oil.
argan
tree.
oil. Yes, that beautiful argan oil that has wonderful nutrients and antioxidants in it. And you just want a little bit, and you dab it with your fingers to lay to put this protective layer on the skin, and also balance the oils, because we cleansed it we stripped it a little bit, even though it was a very gentle routine, mostly just restorative, moisturizing, and healing, right? So, and now just a little bit of oil for that light luster. In Chinese medicine, we say that healthy, youthful skin has luster to it.
Yes.
And it's true when you look at a young person. It's
Like
like their skin
babies.
shines. Exactly.
Yes.
It shines a little bit. So for that luster, we want to restore the oil balance in the skin. And so that is pretty much what we wanted to say. And at this point, you would want to finish up with jade rolling. Just, those wonderful, cooling little jade stones that you roll on your skin, again, from the center, from the bottom towards the outside and upwards, and out on the forehead as well.
Okay, great. Well, thank you for watching and listening for today's Holistic Skincare with Dr. Nina Walsh. And we'll come back next week with a more exciting and more natural way to take care of our skin. Thank you.
Thank you. Again, I was turning to you to think, oh my gosh, and you're here.